So we're here at CattleCon 2025 with Gene and Moly Manufacturing. Gene, hell of a booth you got here.
Yes.
Let's go a little more in depth of what you have and what's available to cattle operators these days.
We have a lot of options available. Let's start out with the chute right here. We actually have 2 chutes in the booth because everybody says, well, that's a hydraulic chute, it's so big, I don't think I can afford that, I don't have so many cows. And sometimes we have the chute that you need. We always have a chute that you need. But sometimes people are not aware of the options that we have. And here we have a heavy-duty extended wide body chute with a lot of different options on there, and maybe that's not for you. So then we walk in that other corner, and we can go from a heavy-duty wide body extended to a standard width, standard length chute. And a lot of people think, well, how much is that thing? And everybody wants to know the highest price. It's almost like jumping over the moon, you know.
Right.
Tell me how high it is. Well, what we did here is we brought one that we sell a lot of this model, but we also brought one that people can come into on an entry level, and it's not going to take away from anything you want to do. That hydraulic chute that we have over there is 17,000 and some odd change. And so what I'm saying is we can build and custom design the chute to your needs of what you want to do. Maybe your operations is stockers and feeders, and that chute is going to be all you ever need. Maybe your operation is some big animals and some small animals. This chute will go from big to narrow. It'll hug your boot if you wish it to. But this chute takes care of anything and everything that you're doing with your animals, and it does it in a safe manner.
So this is the Cadillac, and then over there's the Econo model.
It's the Econo model, but you'll have to keep in mind, I mean, if you had a rope in a tree, that would be a Cadillac.
Right. No, I agree, 100%. So one of the biggest things that I think is so cool about Moly Manufacturing, they really thought out the operator in the stock handling aspect of it. You can do everything here chute side, right, Gene?
Grand Central Station. I mean, we can operate the power gate. We can operate the turret gate. We can operate the backstop. We can operate the hydraulic forward assist. We can operate the sort gates in front of us. We can do it all from right here. We use thumbprints and not footprints.
That's awesome. So Kent has been eyeing this and he drools over it. Let's go talk about the turret gate and the forward assist in your alleyway.
Yes, modular. They're 10 foot, 6 inches long. You can order them basic or you can order them as this one. You know, we like to have the blinder belting on them here. So if we want to, we can get in here and maybe get some shots or do whatever we want to do on top of that animal. We also have the louvers on there so the animal doesn't see us on the outside. Both sides are adjustable. Both sides will butterfly out and turn into emergency side exits if you wish it to. We have a hydraulic tailgate that can be set at a certain height, or you can just take your little finger and move that thing however you wish it to move. Along with that, we have our hydraulic forward assist, which would allow you to nudge that animal and help bring it into the chute. And behind that, we have our turret gate. And our turret gate allows us to move cattle without being in with them cattle, without pressuring them cattle. And cattle will respond different when there's not a human coming at them.
100% agree.
And so when we can remove ourselves from the vision of that animal, we will have better flowability with that animal. And the thing is, at the end of the day, we're not subjecting ourselves to being in with them animals. We're keeping our animals safer, we're keeping our animals happier, and in the end, we are picking up flowability. We're picking up safety, and we're picking up value to keeping that animal safe.
Exactly. Well, and especially time is money. And what's funny is a lot of people, they get hung up on a price tag, but go ahead and if you're short-handed, I mean, hiring somebody to come and help you work your mother cow herd or anything like that, you need some help. I mean, for us, when we say we brand or we do our big fall vaccination, we need to ask the neighbors, we need to ask, you know, family members to come and give a helping hand. In all reality, this cuts that down.
It cuts that down. If we, depending on the chute you put on the front of that, this system, you could buy the chute and all of this that we're seeing here right now for a little bit over $50,000.
Yep.
Have you had a life flight lately? I've had 2 of them. You cannot have a life flight if you get hurt.
Yep.
For under $50,000.
Exactly.
And I tell people, why wait until you have had your life flight? Why wait until you do get hurt before you do this? This product right here will bring safety, economical. It brings it all to the table, and I can't say enough good about what it does for the cattle, what it does for you.
Right. There's plenty of ways that this can pencil, whatever way you see it. From a safety aspect, flowability. I mean, like the turret gate here, this is what blows my mind. This chute gate will actually pass through, right?
It will transfer through the barrel. So as the cattle come into this pressure return, and you might have 6 or 8 head of cattle in here. Some of them are going to want to go this way. So if 2 or 3 want to go that way, let them go. Bring them on in. We want to practice natural flowability, so we're going to let them bring them in. Well, these over here are curious about where did their neighbors go, so they follow them in. They follow that gate. Well, once they follow that gate has come here to its final destination. We will slide it through the barrel and catch them animals without having to take that gate and tell them go away. We can capture them animals and bring them on in. And at the same time, we can open that up and load our pressure return. And it's so simple, so simple. This here is our ranch model chute. This was a chute that Moly first designed, that Moly first come out with in the early 90s. And a ranch model chute will cover a lot of bases. And from that time that it was introduced, we now have other options, other features. Everything you see on a silencer chute is an option. You have a chance to build that chute for how you want that chute to be. And whether that changes from this to an extended length model, which would have the palpation cage built into it, or maybe to a heavier duty model, or maybe to a commercial model if you're an industrial feed yard. But everything from neck bars to hydraulic neck bars is an option. Everything from control sides to pivot controls is an option. The louvers are an option. The most important function on the chute, the hydraulic lower squeeze, that is an option. We will custom design, custom fit a chute to fit your needs all day long.
So what you're saying is you can get it any which way you want, and you can take the needs of your operation. You'll tailor exactly what they need.
In a heartbeat.
Every time.
That's what Moly Manufacturing does. We want to know about your operation. We want to know about what you do. We know the options, and we want to coach you into saying, hey, this option would help you out with what you're doing.
Right.
And give you the option. I mean, it's your job to pick them. It's our job to tell you what you have for options.
So the thing that I like about a company is the fact of not only are you investing in a product, but also you're investing in a relationship, and you can tap into Gene's knowledge and really make sure you're making the right choice. Because sometimes when you look at an order sheet, it could be daunting. Gene's always here to help.
It's an investment, and it's something that better be around the next 15 to 20 plus years. And so we want to make sure it's right. We equally, as much as you do, want you to have the right product.
Right.
And we're not doing our job if we don't coach you into the right product.
Yeah. Well, and if anybody's wondering if they last, we've bought 3 in our operation. The oldest one's 25 years old and it's still going strong. That's just a testament to the quality. Have never had an issue whatsoever. Okay, so Gene, not only are you known for your chutes, but one of the things that are really important for me is we talk about Grand Central Station and how it really pays to have the operator stay at the controls, but what happens when the cows won't come up? Gene, you guys have thought of, you got a solution for that.
We do. And I'd like you to take and put your camera in here, and what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to eliminate as many stop signs as we can. We want to have a clear path for them animals without anything in their pathway. And right now, on the tailgate, we have hydraulic tailgate, which we can run from chute side. Once that animal's in there, we can drop that down a little bit lower so they can't back up. Once that animal's in there, also, we can take our hydraulic forward assist and we can nudge that animal all the way into the chute. Another thing that we looked at but we didn't see because it's not out, and that is a brisket bar. That is a hydraulic brisket bar that hides inside of the chute. So we're not interfering with the path of that animal. Once that animal is in the chute, then we can hydraulically lift that up underneath that animal and help support that animal. If we're doing something like maybe semen checking, or we have a veterinary that uses it for preg checking to bring that fetus up higher, closer to her arm in the cow. So what we want to do is eliminate as many stop signs as possible, create a clear path for that animal to have the best possible flowability that that animal can have, the best possible experience that animal can have coming through the chute. Additionally, we always said on the tailgate to set it 6 inches lower than the tail head height of the size of the animals you're working, and they will go underneath of it, and then they can't back up, which is still true. But you and I both know that if I'm an animal back there and I have to duck underneath there, I'm gonna have some hesitation. Or if I at chute side can lift this thing out of the way and clear that path for that animal, we know that animal is going to get rid of that hesitation. He's going to go through there more freely. So everything on the controls up there allows you to do that. It allows you to bring them animals to you without pressure behind them animals. It allows that animal to feel comfortable as he passes through here.
So, hold on. You're telling me that we could work bulls, we could work heifers, we could work calves, all with the switch of a lever or push the button on the remote?
All with a fingerprint or a thumbprint. All of it, from chute side.
Wow. We don't have this at our place, but what a luxury this would be, because we find ourselves custom tailoring our working facilities to what we're actually putting through the chute in the working area, whether it's skinny little heifers that need to be preg checked that have been nursing a big calf, our big bulls, or we're branding calves. And so the versatility, and you can work them all in the same day.
One after another.
Because typically we'll pick a day, we'll work the bulls, we'll pick a day, work the cows, pick a day, work the calves, all because we need to do a lot of customing. And the alleyway, you can suck it in, custom tailor it.
Both sides are adjustable. Both sides will turn into emergency side exit and butterfly up.
Which, I don't know if anybody's dealt with a down cow, but it is an absolute emergency, and it's usually a train wreck. Because, let's face it, there's not a whole lot on the market that really takes into the consideration of what if something bad happens. You can quit. But you can seriously take this whole thing apart and get yourself out of a pickle if you find yourself in. Safety's at the forefront of this whole operation.
Safety is at the forefront, and reality. You know, I'm a big believer in Murphy's Law, and just as you said, if it can happen, chances are it is going to happen.
Absolutely.
And so we have taken into account, what if it did happen? We have ways of solutions to the problem. And our side exits on each side allow you the versatility to get that animal out of there quickly and safely. And in today's world, safety, taking care of our investment, all huge.
Awesome. I'm going to tell you a secret. There's products here that I wrote off as something that maybe I wouldn't need. The more time I spend here at the Moly booth, I think I need it. And this all-purpose corral is totally portable, Gene. And I'm thinking, you know, as a cattle guy, when the first thought that comes to mind is, you know, it'd be handy to have it around if I have a big pasture that I have the cows in, I have an injury or a sickness that I need to attend to. I can bring the corral or the working facility to the cow, and instead of trying to sort her off, bring her across 3 pastures and get her to a chute, this makes it a whole lot easier. But Gene, the more you tell me, the opportunities are endless to put this to work.
They are, and everything you said is spot on. And if you're like most people, time is precious. Time is precious.
Exactly.
And you may have a trailer load of panels, but this thing here, you can back up to it, you can load this thing up in less than 3 minutes, you can set it down to wherever that animal is. I mean, you might have a catch bin in that pasture, but the cattle are way on the other end. You can take this to the animals and catch them. And if it's a sick animal with hoof rot or something, or pink eye, you don't have to stress that animal by driving it to the pen. You take the pin to the animal and catch the animal that way. And as far as versatility, this thing comes in several different sizes. We have a 10 panel, we have a 14 panel, we have a 20 panel, we have a 5.5 foot tall one, we have a 6 foot tall one. You'll see that gigantic thing over there, 7 foot, and you might think, well, why? That guy must have some wild cows. Well, actually that panel usually goes into our horse world, where we need to set that on the ground, flat to the ground, and then it maintains a 6 foot panel in the horse world. And another thing, you know, you mentioned the endless possibilities. Absolutely. We have a bunch of these in Florida at some police departments. And you think, why would a police department want a portable corral? Well, when that truck tips over on the interstate and them animals are in there and they need to get out, the cruisers can hook onto this thing, go 80 miles an hour with it down the road. One guy can open it up, set it up. It can conform to the ditches because it's a 10-foot panel and not a longer panel. It just makes sense for so many applications.
Just things that you would never even think of. You see a portable, most people as they walk past the booth, they think, oh yeah, just another set of portable panels. But the opportunities are endless. So every set of panels comes with a head catch. Every set. Look at that.
So you have the option, if you're remote, you have the option to treat an animal. And the way that the panels are designed, I mean, you can make yourself a 10-foot alley, a 20-foot alley. You can make it into a light bulb. The thing with the all-purpose corral is, again, true to Moly fashion, we don't have to get into them animals. We can move this thing. We have moving walls. From the outside, we can make our deal however we want to. And as we have less cattle coming through there, we can continue to push them from the outside and bring them this way, so that we're not having to be exposed with them. This gate, if you want to load out of this thing, this gate will go fully all the way around, this head gate, allowing you to back up your trailer here and have ease of loading no matter where you're at.
Wow. Versatility is king here at Moly Manufacturing.
Most definitely.
Thanks, Gene.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
you
you.
giving us a walkthrough. And if you're here at CattleCon, go ahead and see them. What's your booth number?
3033.
3033. But if you're at home, I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough. Be sure to hit Gene up for all your cattle processing, and pretty much, you guys do a lot.
We do a lot.
Hit Gene up for more knowledge and information.